And like, hmm, does anyone have a question? No questions?
I have a question.
Good.
Why sometimes it's much easier to meditate, but sometimes it's very difficult. Why is that? I have to
Well,
just be strong and sit here.
there aren't 2 days in your life that you're exactly the same, and
Mhm.
because of that, sometimes you sit down and meditate, everything is open inside. Other times you sit down and it's like fighting your way through, I always use the image of having a chisel and trying to cut your way through a mountain, you know? Neither one of those experiences are better than the other
Mm.
because when it's hard, that is a period in your life when you can really grow. You can get very strong working through the difficulties that manifest in your life. When it's easy, we often just take it for granted.
Mm.
Oh my God, I'm just, floating with angels here.
Mhm.
And it's just fantastic. And we take it for granted. But when it's difficult, we have to do the work. We build psychic muscles inside ourselves, getting us strong enough to truly get through the difficulties that manifest in our lives. And all of us, I mean, look, I've been doing this a lot longer than just about anybody here. And you think I don't have difficulties every day? To think there's not things I have to work through? When I was younger, I always say, oh, why am I going? And then I said, Stuart, no, this is just going to make you stronger. You are going to have to build inside yourself a psychic muscle system, a chakra system that is strong enough to deal with the difficulties that are taking place in your life. So I no longer approach them from a negative place. I approach them from, okay, this is what God wills, and this is what I will do.
Mm.
And what am I going to learn going through this? What am I going to learn? Because, everything is a little bit off kilter inside myself. That's, allowing the meditation to be easy.
Mm.
In fact, I would say one of the most dangerous things is when everything is easy. Because human beings are masters at taking themselves for granted. You know, when things are easy and everything, you know, we assume that life is going to be this way forever, and it never is. And the terrible thing is, we never learn the lesson that it never is.
Mm.
So when it gets difficult, we spend all our time complaining about it. Why is it so hard? Why am I going? Why me? Why me? Oh, why me? Why, oh, why, oh, why? And it's all nonsense, because it always gets difficult. I don't remember 1 week in my life where there hasn't been difficult things I've had to deal with.
Oh, oh.
But all of those things have made me very strong.
Mm.
So I'm not upset about them. They've made me very strong. And I'm just grateful that I learned how to get through them. I learned how to keep my heart open while taking out the garbage.
Okay.
I've learned how to be grateful for having been given the strength inside myself to work through the difficult things that manifest in my life. And those experiences just get me onto a different plane, a different level. I always kid around about that painting I once had, of a Japanese Zen painting of a staff, because that's like a line, and there was calligraphy on either side. Those that are on the path get hit by the staff, and those that are not on the path get hit by the staff. And my teacher Rudy said it in the best down home Brooklyn ease. You either suffer consciously or you suffer like a schmuck.
Suffering.
I mean, I'll never forget. It was one of the greatest aphorisms I ever heard. You either suffer consciously by learning how to use the problems to get stronger, or you suffer like a schmuck. You just suffer anyway.
It's good I didn't know that before I get in this world.
Yeah, you're going to go through it anyway. So you might as well go through it consciously.
Mm.
Learn how to keep your heart open while the going is tough. And the going is always going to get tough at some point or another.
Okay. Okay.
And I think it's just a wonderful approach to life to never assume anything and always be ready to deal with whatever takes place in one's life. And you never know when the things are going to be difficult.
When things is difficult about life, I am stronger, and it's okay. But when I want to meditate with you, sometimes it's hard. I don't know, my body
Of
and
course, it's
everything.
hard because you're meditating with a person who demands that you, Flora, are really open inside yourself. And the difficulty is your resistance.
Okay.
That's where the difficulty comes in.
Mhm. But
My
I'm
energy
coming.
is my energy is very strong. Not
Oh,
my energy, this energy that comes through me is
mhm.
very powerful.
Okay.
And it really demands that people open up inside. If you
Mm.
don't open inside, you're going to sit there. I mean, you're going to just feel all this resistance and anger, and, you know, instead of just opening your heart and saying, okay, let me become a child of God here. Let me become somebody who is growing consciously, living with gratitude.
Because I'm coming, even though it's sometimes difficult. I'm sitting here and I become better. I can feel that, but
Oh,
I don't know
Flora,
why.
trust me, you are a lot better.
Yes, I am.
Trust me, you are so much better that when I see you, it really just opens my heart. It shows me what this meditation can do to help human beings. When I see you compared to the way you were 3 years ago.
Yes, I know.
Oh, I'm not kidding. So be grateful.
Yes, I am grateful. I am,
Okay.
and when I talk with my sister and I see others, they don't open their heart. I can be proud of myself.
Yeah,
And
you can love them anyway. You're strong enough to love them anyway.
it's a bit difficult.
Of course it's difficult.
Huh?
Of course it's difficult, but they're there to show you that you still have to grow.
Yes, I know, but I feel that they doesn't want to. They are not interested in that, and they see me another way. They don't
Yeah,
like
well,
me.
of course,
Mm, okay.
of course.
Mm. Why?
Okay. I have the same trouble with family, I really
Yeah.
do. Same problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most of my life, they've always thought I'm crazy, what I do,
Mm-hmm.
you know? I mean, years ago, it bothered me. Then it got to the point where it didn't bother me anymore. I see what it does for myself and for people that come and do it,
Mm-hmm.
you know? I'm not here to save the world. That's not my problem. That's God's problem, you know? I
Yeah.
can help people that are willing to do,
Mm-hmm.
the form of meditation that I teach. I can help many people
Mm-hmm.
grow in their life and change their life.
And what you do with your family, how you manage that?
Hmm?
How you manage with a family, they don't understand you because I don't know how to do.
Flora, I've got to the point where I don't care.
Mm.
Not in a negative way. It's not my problem that they don't understand me.
Okay, yes, okay.
Even when I was younger, it was never my problem. I was kind of a gypsy kid. I was hitchhiking all over the world. I was a hippie. I was a this.
Mm,
I was the black sheep of the family. I never gave a shit. I knew what I was looking for in my life, and that was a connection to God. And
mm,
I knew how terribly unhappy I was as a young man, and that I needed to find somebody who could teach me how to do this, because I knew I was incapable of doing this for myself.
mm, yeah.
And meanwhile, my family, oh, he's crazy. He's living in Morocco and, Marrakesh and
Mm,
all this stuff used to go on. It's not my, I began to realize it's not my problem.
mm.
It's their problem.
Thank you. It's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does anyone else have a question?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, dear. I love that smile on your face. It's beautiful.
It's because of you.
Does anyone else have a question they would like? I think, honestly, just to finish that, we all have this problem with our families. We do. Everyone, and it gets to the point where it's either or. Either you continue doing the work or you succumb to what other people's opinions are of you. And that is really dangerous. You have to be so totally confident in what you do and how it is helping you to grow in your life and changing your life. But it doesn't matter what the hell anybody says, whoever they are, just bounces off you. And you are a child of God doing what you can do to clean up your act inside so you can totally have a connection with higher energy. And one of the ways you know you have that connection is you love this family anyway. You love them anyway, with all their opinions and their ideas and what they think is right or wrong. It's them going through their karma and they have to learn. That is a really big sign of a human being's growth. You love them anyway. Doesn't matter what they say and believe and what they do and how they live. You've gotten big enough to love these people unconditionally. That's real love. Does anyone else have a question Very like great question, Flora. Thank you. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart,
Yes.
um, as we're doing the meditation, and we feel the energy uh, circulating throughout our body, can we consciously use that energy to open up blocks? Like if we have a specific area of our body that's
Yes,
has
you
arthritis
can.
or stiffness.
Absolutely, you can. But you know, honestly, Larry, you open your heart, most of those blocks are going to go away. When the heart chakra is really open and there is that unconditional love, that sweetness, that joy, that kindness inside you, you know, I would say 80% of these blocks inside you will just vanish. When the mind gets quiet, another 20% will vanish. I mean, really. So the cycle of the energy helps you to get through the blocks. And most of the blocks come because we have busy minds and we have emotions that consume us, and we're angry, we're afraid, we're this, we're that. Creates all these blocks and tensions inside us. So the whole purpose of the meditation is to get these chakras open. And not just in class, you know, throughout the day. I mean, you learn one wonderful lesson. The only person you're up against is yourself. I really mean this. It took me a long time to learn this and finally accept this. The only person I was up against is me. Does anyone else have a question they would like to? Okay, if there are no more questions, then there'll be meditation this evening. And the next class, this hour, will be on Sunday. God bless you all. Have a wonderful weekend and, you know, enjoy life.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you,
You're
Stuart.
welcome.
Thank you,
You're
Stuart.
welcome.
Thank you.
God
Thank
bless
you. God bless you.
Have